Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and on this one I'm gonna check out two pedals from Sonicake, the Blue Screamer and the Rude Mouse. Alright, Sonicake sent me these two pedals probably a few months ago. I haven't had any time to check them out. Now they are on my board. The signal chain quickly. Guitar, my ESP signature EMG 8185, then into the pedal board. Just you can see here there's RN, which is a Rude Mouse, BSK, which is a Blue Screamer. Well, TS is TS and SD1 is the SD1. So they are all in the loop of the G-Lab switcher. So, you know, I can switch these on and off. Then the signal goes to KHE audio amp switcher. Then it goes to the amps, back to KHE, or the amp I'm using is a Marshall JSM 800 Zach Wild signature. It's pretty much the 2203X reissued, but just with the, you know, wild graphics and 6550 power jeeps. Completely stuck. Then it goes to the Soundtrack React IR, but I'm only using the cab attenuator, so I'm taming down it a bit. Then it goes to the cabinet, which is a Marshall 9060BX with greenbacks and V30s. Now the microphone SM57 is in front of a greenback. Then I'm recording the guitar signal to Cubase. Okay, so first the amplifier sound, you know, preamp cranked, basic 800, presence 7, bass 9, mids, noon, treble 7, master 4. Cool. First, let's check out this with a couple of familiar pedals. So SD1. You know, classic, tightens up the low end, you know, adds a little bit, you know, presence and punch. Then the Tube Screamer. A little bit more mids, a little bit more lows. You know, classic GS808. That's a replica of the original 808 made by a Finnish guy 25 years ago. Then the BSK Blue Screamer, which is Tube Screamer kind of ODS together. So there's a loud and warm modes, then the tone control, level control, and gain control. Pretty standard. So let's check that out. Okay, so with the loud mode, it's a huge low end, so obviously it doesn't cut any low, and it's almost like a kind of fuzz, really big, like, you know. Kind of cool tone, okay? Let's check out the tone, but I still prefer the standard. You know, it's just tighter and so on, but cool feature if you want to kind of doomy, you know, fat sound. There's a lot of gain. Usually I like to have, when I'm boosting an already overdriven amp, just to open it up a little bit so you get a little bit. That's your basic level, how hot the signal is when it hits the amp. Usually I find the sweet spot, and I find it's usually almost cranked, no matter the overdrive. Then the tone. You know, it just gets a little bit brighter. Okay, let's compare it to the 808. The 808, that one has a little bit more mitch, it's a little bit boxier, but the Blue Screamer is actually really good. Kind of like SD-like. Okay, let me switch back and forth between the Blue Screamer and the SD1. They're not that far, but SD1 just has that. It works really well with Marshall, but I must say that the Blue Screamer is actually really good. Let me compare it again to the 808. I actually like the Blue Screamer more, at least with the 800. This is, like I said, it's original, so it's a bit dark, but it works really well, I think, with, well, for example, with 5150, because it has more like mid honkiness, because 5150 it kind of lacks a little bit, or if you dial a lot of mids, it's kind of strange. At least now, what I'm hearing, feeling, it's a bit more aggressive Tube Screamer. Actually, really good. And those pedals, they are true bypass. Not that it really matters, but I guess some people it matters. You know, all bass pedals are buffered bypass pedals, so it's cool. You know, if you have a long cables live, and you know, you don't necessarily need a buffer, because the bass pedals have a buffer inside, which is, I think it's cool. But true bypass, it's cool also, whatever you prefer. Okay, so it's really good, actually. Kind of like a little bit more modern take of the Tube Screamer, and then the loud mode, it's almost like a fuzzy. Okay, back to warm, kind of normal. Then the Rude Mouse, which is a rat, I think. So there's two modes, classic and hot, because as you probably know, rat, you know, the first one is the classic, and then they have different versions with, you know, hotter versions. And this has like basically like two rats in one. So let's check out what that does. And the controls, level, filter. Filter on the rat is a little bit opposite. When it's towards the left, there's more highs, and towards the right, it's more darker sound, unlike, you know, your usual tone control on overdrives. And the gain. Okay. I have something else. So, all right. The rat. Flanger. It's definitely rat, that kind of tone. Now it's, you know, right, the tone is darker. No, it's actually, I've had a rat, you know, years ago. I think I remembered wrong the filter thing. So let's listen to what it actually does. it adds heights when it's you know, left, so kind of opposite. I feel it kind of changes the frequency also, so it's not just the volume. Quite unique the filter control. Okay, then let's max the gain. So much gain. Okay, then let's check out the hot mod. Oh, it's like really tight. It's actually really good too. Let's compare the Blue Screamer and the Rude Mouse. Yeah, definitely the rat character, kind of filthy and lots of gain, but still kind of clear. Yeah, the hot mod, I guess it adds a little bit gain, but I feel it's more, just more like nastier. It's actually really good. Okay, let's compare it to SD. Probably SD is a lot, you know, there's not that much lows. Kind of the character is what I like SD. It's kind of aggressive. It's almost like SD, but with lots more low end and even more like meaner. Now, you know, the rat sounds really good because there's much low end, but in a band context, in a mix, you know, you probably, if I would mix something like this sound, you know, sounds really good here, but in a mix, in the band context, it might be a little bit too much because, you know, it goes really low kind of to the, you know, there's bass guitar is, you know, there to take care of the low end, but it's really good. Man, I had forgotten how much I actually like rat or rude mouse. Okay, now we've checked those in to the distort. Now let's switch to the low input, which makes 800 basically a clean amp. Okay, well, we all know how SD1 sounds to the clean amp, quite thin. So SD, to me at least, it doesn't really work with clean amp. It's just to tighten up already overdriven amps, like 800, you know. Okay, TS. It's kind of this bluesy type thing where SD works too. They work really well to that, but you know, if you want a heavy sound, then those aren't what you should get, you know, if you have a clean amp. But in front of already distorted amp. Okay, then the blue screamer. Yeah, a little bit of pride and glory. But it's really bluesy sound. Let's check out the loud mode. Oh! This actually works really well into a clean amp because it doesn't cut the lows. So it retains the tone, but it just gives you overdrive. It's really good. Okay, the Rat. I think with the Rat I should be able to get a heavy sound even with a clean basic tone. Actually, really, wow. It's into a clean amp. You really hear the character. It's kind of like this punchy fuzz. Sometimes to me, I don't really use fuzzes because I feel that they're a little sloppy and wobbly. But this is kind of like tight fuzz face. wow, I'm impressed. I mean, it's quite different so that I usually use, you know, 800 crank and SD1, but this is really inspiring. Hey, conclusion. Sonicake, I don't know much about the company, but anyway, thanks for sending me these. These have gone completely under my radar. I wasn't expecting this. But the rat, the rude mouse, oh boy, that's really good. I think that will stay on my pedalboard. And the Sonicake, it's kind of like a hot-rodded, bit more modern sounding tube screamer. I'll put the links to Sonicake's website, so check these out, but I'm really impressed. Really good. I mean, the rude mouse, man. It's like a fuzz, but it's tight, and it's not so fuzzy. It's like a rat. Good old rat. Hey, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care, all the best. Bye.